Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Telos Lumerian. This board got an overhaul in its whole shape this year. This board features Telos' set back camber with tip and tail rocker. So basically the camber is set back a little bit, giving a little bit more rocker in the nose than in the tail. This is going to give you the load, pop, snap, and drive of traditional camber, but you're going to have that ease of entry in and out of turns from the rocker, as well as more optimal powder float. This board is available in 154, 158, 162, and 166. I rode this board at Copper Mountain on a gray bird day. There was wind, snow falling, you had snow on top of crust, and chop and shunder, fresh pow, firm fast groomers, crusty groomers, kind of just a mix of end of season spring powder day conditions. And I rode it with my Rome Black Label bindings and my K2 Thraxis boots. This board is cemented firmly in the freeride category due to its flex. It is stiffer. You do get a little more flex in the nose, and that is accentuated by the rocker. And then from where that rocker meets the camber back through the tail, it just stiffens up. The torsional flex is almost non-existent. This board is very rigid. Now, when it comes to stability with it, this board is damp yet lively, but what you get with the width, the camber profile, and the core construction is a smooth, stable ride. The only spot that might get a little chatter is the nose, and that's due in part to that rocker out there, but you will not feel any of those vibrations underfoot. This board will plow through chop and chunder with ease. So here's the thing about the pop in this board. If you're going slow, there's not a lot of snap in it, but when you crank it up to 11, and you start hauling ass, when you load that camber up, roll back on the tail, this board just comes alive and it wants to boost. This is a board for hauling ass and popping off things. But if you're going slow, you're just going to end up fighting that load of the camber and not getting a ton of pop. So basically, go as fast as you can, load that camber up, roll back on the tail, and expect for it to react and pop and boost you off everything in its path. For being a wide board and having rocker in the tips, you really do end up having to fight this board to get it to butter. You've got to leverage your weight way outside those insert packs and really press into that rocker to get it to engage. I mean, it seems counterintuitive for just the shaping of this board and what the camber profile is. And then when you do, it's still not the best. It's something that even if you're going Mach 10 and you're really pushing into it, you're spending so much energy and expelling that it just doesn't seem worth what you get out of it. When it comes to carving, there's a delay in turn initiation off that front foot, and you'll notice that. But by the time you've engaged and you've got it to grip inside the front foot and you've come up to speed, it changes the whole dynamic. That lets you rip this board and just carve with it. Now, one of the things to note is this board isn't good at deep, hard, aggressive carves. It's those medium, mellow ones where you're swooping from one side of the run back to the other and then coming back that it stands out, as well as short, tight, quick carves. Yes, there is power from the center of the board back through the tail, but that side cut just does not let you engage it as aggressively as other boards out there. Who's this board for? The hard-charging freeride guy. This board is touted as just a backcountry freeride charger pow chaser board, and I'd agree with that. When you're in wide open pow, this board completely shines. When you have the terrain to really manhandle this board, something that's steeper, wide open, it works. But when you get into tight trees, the only good thing about it is it will plow through any chop that you encounter. Otherwise, it's a bear to manhandle. You're just working twice as hard to get it to maneuver. So if you're one of those guys that rides lower angle, more mellow terrain, this probably isn't what you're looking for. But if you're riding more steep, wide open pow, couloirs, stuff like that, then yes, you should be looking at this board. Comparable boards: the Capita Black Snowboard of Death, the Ride Berserker, the Amplid Pentaquark. Binding recommendations: the Rome Cleaver, the Ride A10, the Union Atlas Pro. This has been my review of the Telos Lumerian. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you own one? Are you going to buy one? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this snowboard. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not going to miss any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here and you want to support us further, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.